all of them should now be taxed. That's what you're saying.
That's the idea. That should be proper accounting.
As he said,
standards.
Formalize the informal sector. So that woman selling pure water should be taxed. The vulcanizer by the roadside should be tasked.
Don't extend. No, let's don't extend. What we are saying is that look.
No, he said you should formalize the informal sector.
Is it not?
That's what he said.
No, is it not
That's the plank of my argument. That we should not just focus
I don't mind
that.
But you see, this is the real issue. If we have a sector where there are corporate citizens in Nigeria, they are corporate citizens, right? They operate in Nigeria and they control so much excess liquidity that this liquidity can be deployed into any sector of the economy that will create jobs, create infrastructure. Now, listen, hold on. Allow them. What I am saying is that.
And the traditional
listen. No, let me make my point. Let me make my point.
When they make their money, do they keep it under their pillow?
I am
they
telling
will never
you.
take them to the bank and
Indeed,
responsibility.
I agree with you.
To channel this fund to the productive sector of the Nigerian economy.
I agree with you
the
that majority of these organizations are already doing this. They are already even playing the role. Because there's failure of states, failure of governance in so many aspects of our lives. Yeah. These organizations are already playing most of those roles, and it is commendable. And I am saying that, look, let us be pragmatic in Nigeria. If this is our best comparative advantage, hardly any Nigerian is not. There's hardly any Nigerian you meet who is not a subscriber to one religious organization or the other. That is extreme power. Take Ogun State, for instance. Imagine what Ogun State will generate, revenue it can generate.
I disagree with you. The woman at Okeani in Lagos State, the turnover of the woman at Okeani in Lagos State, who hardly pay tax to any government or in the distance, they make more money than some of these churches and mosques.
Look, there are some religious organizations that are even more valuable than some states in Nigeria. Let us face the reality.
We will soon.
Let us face the reality.
We'll have to go on a break, but I need you to respond to this, both of you. The religious bodies are paying tax already on staff employed.
No, it's not them that is
That's
paying tax. It's the tax that is the employees themselves under the company and income tax that are obligated to pay tax. All right? If they receive salaries.
No, but every citizen who receives salary will pay.
Yes, that is the point. So if they must pay payee for their salary, for any of their staff.
And if a church incorporates a publishing company, for example, if they have a microfinance
like they are doing now,
of course they have to pay their taxes.
Yes, there are so many organizations established commercial enterprises that are not being regulated, and the funds are actually not being appropriately taxed.
All right, let's see this. Yeah. Nago, that's Kwexion, says, it's tax, not on profit. I have not known that tax is on income. Says clarify.
Okay, thank you. I will clarify that. Now, you said
a quick one because we have to go.
Yeah, the issue of ideally, when you're talking about tax, my argument is that, look, if I'm a Nigerian and I'm earning 100,000, for instance, and I say because I have religious disposition affiliation, I go to my religious organization and I drop 50,000 there as a donation by whatever name it is called, right? That is an aspect or a portion of my own GNI. Or GDP as a Nigerian. Yes, but it is still part of my own GDP. And it should get to the state. The whole essence of the Nigerian state is that it should be there to survive, to keep all of us together. Now, you cannot take, it's archaic and already all over the world, the trend is changing. Even in Ghana, everywhere, even in Europe, in America, everywhere you may find. You cannot have a situation where you have corporate citizens that have so much access to funds. And then you say that these funds are kept exempted from taxation that could benefit the whole of the Nigerian state. It is wrong. It's a violation of every spiritual principle you can think of. It doesn't follow or allow for balance
or the
in
man
things.
tweeted to you, asked and all that. The simple answer is there are all sorts of taxes. There's personal income tax, exercise tax, and all that. Various government, whether at the local government or at the state level and all that, we always make laws and different laws and order to generate incomes and taxes to run government activities. And also, taxes are not just based on profit. They are based on all sorts of sundry activities that is done within different communities.
All right, thank you. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back. We'll continue with the conversation. Should religious groups pay taxes? That's what we're talking about. And quite a number of tweets are pouring in here. But I have something I thought I should just read out. Where's that point that was glaring at me there about taxes when you said the whole world is changing the area of taxations, religious organizations, but I can't find it now, so I'll bring it up again when I do find it, but we'll be back shortly. Please don't go away. Okay, I found that item which I wanted to bring to you. 2 students in the U.S. decided to study the laws of America and came to the conclusion that the American government, the United States, does not tax any religious organization. And they came to another conclusion that by not taxing religious organization, the government loses about $71 billion per annum. That's what they lose by not taxing religious organizations. So all religious organizations are exempt from taxation because they are a trustee of the people of America, just like they are in Nigeria. So your argument about them being paid. Anyway, you have the next question, yes. So go ahead and ask your question.
What I'm saying is that...
Is it a question or
a question? My question to Kolawole is that, look, is it reasonable in the circumstances if religion is one of Nigeria's greatest comparative advantage that we can leverage on? We're the most religious people. We have the greatest number of Nigerians who interface on a day-to-day basis with their religious organizations and have religious affiliations, and to that extent also contribute a large amount of their own GNP, personal GNP, which to these organizations. And I'm saying that if these organizations exist, what's the point of still maintaining in our statute books the archaic laws that say exempt them from taxation? What is the benefit the Nigerian state gains from that? Because in any case, most of the religious organizations are there to propagate spiritual thoughts. It has nothing to do essentially with the physical wherever. But today you find that the acquisitions, the material base of most of these organizations, in terms of their net worth alone, you wonder what is exactly it is meant for. So I'm saying that, look, if these organizations can be valued, proper accounting standards, just like the Federal Financial Reporting Council have already introduced with the SAS 32 template, that these situations will start existing where we start to get appropriate records of what is being generated or donated to these organizations, then let them pay a percentage of it to government. And then let us also stop these restrictions we put on them and say, oh, they shouldn't be able to do this business because they are religious. If it's charity, my whole understanding of charity is that if you are carrying out charity, it means that there must be an action you are doing physically that will benefit your fellow human beings. Now, if it is just propagation of thoughts, spiritual thoughts, I believe that work has been done by no human being. Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry.
What you now do is an analysis.
I believe
when
that,
the answer I will be giving
to
to you is going to be very, very cool and very, very short. My answer is this. All the time, we see governors, we see vice presidents and all that. Example is our man from Ogun State when he was going to build his presidential library. He called in all the juggernauts and all those who have all the wherewithal to come around, and they did donate money. Did any government, after the donation, go ahead to tax, to take taxes from all the donations that were received toward the building of the presidential library? The answer is no, because the presidential library is seen as a charity organization now. Once it is built in there and all that, children from all the